bets on this first one. Super Tees, what do you think?
Yeah, we never see this. Well, I guess Warlock.
No, can I even ask you that question?
I mean, in NA we see the Hunter Rogue with Jelly Beans. He's like the only one that does it, so it's going to be nice to get like a little bit of the Hunter Rogue action here in this first round. We see decent damage onto Gellu and Trilly right off the gates with that crowd control onto JJ. Cassie's trying to get back to the pillar and avoid some damage, just trying to play kind of more of a conservative game on the Survival Hunter. While he is like a melee DPS, he can operate from ranged during that aspect of the Eagle, so he's playing kind of mid-ranged at the moment. Grappling hooking over to get a freezing trap. I think JJ, did he immune it there with the Holy Word? I think he did. Akro's falling behind. Zank gets a big heal. Now Gellu is falling behind. It's just crazy to me the damage we're seeing. Like, this is not even a minute into the game. Both teams have used like almost their entire defensive lineup. Usually we're seeing matches in AWC sometimes take like maybe 2-3 minutes before this situation happens. So it is quite crazy to see these players of this caliber kind of just falling apart, not even a minute into their matches.
Yeah, especially when you know that like they're going to be a little bit unfamiliar with the meta as well, just with how these DPS compositions are kind of switching up as we move from match to match. So I love to see them just bringing out all that offensive pressure really early on in the match. You're not really seeing them sort of pick through, their major cooldowns. They're kind of going in really aggressively right away.
Akro almost going down there. He vanishes from the fight. Now they're swapping back to Casu. He's got to be careful. Big heal comes out from Zank. They're trusting him. And I think that's the biggest thing in this is trusting your healer. I know when I play with new healers I've never played with before, I have trust issues. I'm like, are you going to use the cooldown on me? I'm getting kind of low. I don't really trust you. And then you use both cooldowns at the same time when you shouldn't have, and it costs you the game. So there's going to be a lot of trust building exercises like this. We're going to camp and you'd like fall backwards and someone has to catch you and you have to trust that they're going to catch you. A lot of those situations in these series. Freezing trap on JJ. Gellu trying to run away. Is he going to escape? He portals back to the room. Is Casu going to chase him down into that starting area? Just trying to reconnect. Akro gets over, but Gellu gates away next to JJ. Beautiful positioning from Gellu on that Warlock during that crowd control chain on his healer. That hiding maneuver right there may just win him the game as Casu's caught in a kidney shot. And it's so close. 10% aspect of the turtle gets forced finally. And that is the last line of defense for Casu. Like, look at dampening. We're already 36%, 2.5 minutes in. He's not going to see another aspect of the turtle. He's not going to be able to play that style like in AWC where you kind of play defensive, but he's just going for the kill instead. That's exactly what you need to do. Damage onto both players getting cleaved down. JJ's mana is devastated. He's caught in a full blind. That could be it for Gellu. He's interrupted. He's silenced. He's flailing to stay alive. Akro gets gouged. Trilly Bartom hard carrying, but Gellu's pet is down. He doesn't have a fell guard at the moment, it would seem. He's trying to fear Akro away. He's doing whatever he can to stay alive, trying to buy time for Trilly to get the kill. Is it going to be enough time? Zank gets the Iron Bark out at the last second. Trilly's caught in a root. He can't reconnect. Casu is dying to dodge. Casu goes down to JJ.
I feel like it's good that they do it that way because like a lot of this is like up on sort of the classes that you're combined with. So it's good that they kind of have multiple chances like this. And this first round is an all or nothing.
Well, now the intensity is so much lower. Now it's like I was thinking like, oh, the blood is spilling. Like this is it. Like
listen,
this
it's
is
still
cutthroat.
intense, Sid.
You gotta make it through.
Cutthroat.
I mean, Gellu, the odds that
on the line.
The odds that you get an Outlaw Rogue group are pretty high. So if Gellu wants to figure something out, he's gonna have to. And here we go. This is the hardest matchup that they could get. Warlock Hunter, and look at what they're doing. They're staying in the room with the flare so that the rogues can't come in, and they're trying to stall for dampening, I think, so that they can just pop all their cooldowns and one-shot somebody. So if because you can delay for dampening, it starts I think at a minute in the game, if not 2 minutes. So you can get to full dampening in no time flat. And if the rogues don't do anything, they might lose. So do they run into the flare? I feel like you just run into the flare. You're outlaw. Like who cares if you get a re-stealth opener? Like just go right in there and press a kidney shot. Like why? I swear they're gonna lose if they wait out here like this. Hunter Warlock. He's also playing demonic Fell Lord as well. So Gellu is playing like complete anti-double melee, and now he's positioned at that little window at the top in the room. He wants to stack them up, drop a Fell Lord, AoE, cleave them, and kill them in dampening. They're trying to pull out all the stops, all the tactics, special tactics. Here comes the Fell Lord, massive cleave damage onto Akro and Trilly Bartom. Can they break the perfect record for Trilly in this first solo shuffle? I'm not 100%. Actually, did he lose a game? He might have already lost a game with the score the way that it's looking. But I'm really excited to see if this works out for them. JJ is down at half. Mortal Cold in the room into a silence. They're just going after the healer. JJ manages to stay alive, and Gellu's trying to get back into the room, but he's just dying at the same time. Can they pull it off? He's playing Gateway Mastery too. He's knocking them up in the air when he gates. He's playing all of the memeiest lockdowns you could possibly play to try and win this.
I mean, he's a bit of a memer, but No, I love the implementation here. We got just just a little bit. All right, Acro pressing it into Galu a little bit there. We're seeing this is last time we saw these two rogues together. It was the druid, right? That was with
Yep.
them and not the priest. Yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of a different matchup here. Going to change the pace of it just a little bit. Galu going down. Did he lose his Fell Lord? Oh,
He's so close to he might go try. No way! He did it! There's no way that he
just instantly running, charging straight towards the other team here, getting up some pressure, some early pressure in on Mercy, and just feeling bad once again for all the caster classes in here. These melee are just absolutely relentless in that uptime, and you know, this should be their map here with it, you know, the kiting that they're allowed to do in terms of caster classes on this map, and we're just seeing that aggression come in very early on here. So not a lot of chances left for these teams to get points. This is the 6th matchup of this, and it just seems like there's quite a few, like, you know, Judel Dump, he's already got 4 points, and BB only has 1, so we could have some tiebreaker situations here, but there's some clear winners already, I would say, Zico, in this round.
Absolutely. So far, we've been seeing a lot of, players kind of rise to the occasion, and we got plenty of more matches to come here. This is only our 6th series of the day. We got 18 of them, so we still got plenty of more to work through here. Every one of these players will be fighting through 3 different groups, so nobody's out yet, but there's no loser bracket or anything like that. So once, you are in that bottom portion of the players and you've played your matches, that is it. There's no more chances, and then tomorrow we'll be looking over at North America. But right now, can pay some attention to this match here, because if Shadow and Tony, I know you didn't want me to talk about him, but if Shadow and Tony can pull through here, they will both actually guarantee themselves to at least be the top of this group, and they will be tied for it as well. So this is a very, very big one if they win this one, because if they don't, then we have our first 4-way tie between all the DPS will be tied in this group for first place. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out later. And right now, Mercy doing a lot of work here onto Tony. If Mercy can take him down, that is going to be the 4-way tie here between the DPS, guaranteed. Mercy has a lot to work with here. Still a decent amount of cooldowns to work with. He's got his port, he's got his unending resolve, he's got plenty to work with, and he's counterspelling Tony. He's playing Mage Warlock on Tol'Vir. I mean, this is the best shot he's gonna get at tying things up.
Yeah, most definitely. Time is ticking very quickly, as well as we've mentioned so many times. Dampening kicks in at a minute in this round, and we're already at 34%. So these plays are happening so quickly. We're seeing Slappy Hands come out on Shadow. Lots of damage from that side. Mercy getting chipped down just a little bit. BB still solid on mana as well, but he's still continuing to lose health. Mercy able to get that fear out as well onto the other team, and we're seeing just a little bit of defensive pressure come out. But we're just seeing health kind of just, you know, being lost on the side of Tony there. Maybe goes down. I think he's okay, though.
Oh,
maybe not. I'm worried. I don't like this. I don't like this, Zico. I feel like I'm caster cursing people. I like being the host, man. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, man. It makes me feel bad.
ooh, Oscar. I mean, it is what it is. This is how we feel. Now you know how it feels for us. We're just constantly cursing people and replaying their worst moments when they mess up.
No.
But right now, Mercy summoning the Tyrant here. This is his last Tyrant. We're at 60% dampening. If that Tyrant connects, it is going to be lights out here. Can they do it? Judel Dump is kind of stranded there on the opposite side. Tony right now will be crossing the midfield back to his healer, but that means they leave Shadow left in the shadows there of that pillar, and I'm not sure if he's going to like it over there. Tony still just trying to take down the Felguard here, actually behind the pillar. It does get called back there with the Eye of Kilrog, and both teams actually taking a breather right now. 71% damage. I think this is a record for us.
Yeah, pretty close to it. I know this is definitely usually as high as we see it in the AWC, but that is what is so cool about this solo shuffle competition. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this really is a new meta that we're kind of seeing unfold in front of us. So, huge shout out to the WoW esports team for coming up with this competition format. I know it's a lot of new stuff we're kind of working through on the casting desk as well as on the side of WoW esports. So shout out to them, hearts in the chat, and Judel Dump may just go down here, the biggest points on the board, and we may see him die first in the 6th match. Absolutely no mana left here, but he stays safe for just a little bit longer. We're seeing Shadow dip a little bit too, though, Zico.
Oh my goodness, who's gonna fall? There's no heals anymore. 90% dampening. Anybody just breathes on Judal Dump, he's gonna go down. Shadow is dangerously low. Oscar has got nothing. I think Oscar is gonna be the one who falls. Tony's all over him, looking for the bite. Can he find it? It's a race. Whoever dies first will get the point, or will lose the point rather. Nice ray of hope coming out there on the seed right now, trying to keep it alive. Can they take somebody down? But no, it will be Tony and Shadow advance. Yeah, he's been popping off, and I mean, those drain lives at the end of that one, securing the kill, almost getting himself a triple kill with that one. And we can see Shadow right now in a sap here. Trimaz looking for the opener, going to go after Dak. Immediately gets howled away, and Dak already building up that Wrath pressure. And the nice thing about the solo shuffle, actually, with the Affliction Warlock is that you get dampening so early that you actually will have that spread pressure coming in. If you can just survive long enough, that's when you can get things going. Now he's playing with a DK on his side and a Priest, and Zankt and Next are battling for that healer spot. Everybody else is battling for that second spot behind Dak right now. If Dak wins this one, he's pretty much going to be guaranteed to be first in this group. So we'll see if he can pull that off. Right now he's doing a lot of work here. Shadow just trying to connect to his target, but at least now both teams have a melee on their side, so they can't utilize the map that much at least. And we're going to see if Shadow can actually stay alive right now. He's still taking huge hits of damage here behind the pillar. Dampening just setting in. He will catch a few big heals there from Next, and that should be enough to keep Shadow alive for now.
Yeah, it looks like he will be able to keep himself alive, but he could be a vulnerability too. Death Knights kind of rely on the self-healing that they can do with that Death Strike. So if they go after Shadow a little bit later on, you can see Swapsy just dragging Shadow away, now getting swapped to a kidney shot, and this is exactly what I like to see. Swapsy and Trimaz are actually pretty well coordinated here. Swapsy just baiting the Death Knight, super far away from the healer. Trimaz comes back with a kidney shot. He can get the dismantle on him as well to prevent those Death Strike heals. And I feel like Shadow in this particular match is going to be very vulnerable. So Dakar's going to have to kind of pop off in this one, get a lot of pressure out, and give Shadow a little bit of breathing room because he just cannot connect to his target, and he might just get dropped right now.
Shadow taking huge hits right there. He gets disarmed there as well to deny some of those death strikes. Flashcraft's coming out. Trimaz trying to lock him down, but he actually does get topped. Next, doing some wizard work right now on that Priest. Dak, though, getting swapped to. Trying to stay alive here. He still has the unending resolve to work with. Goes for the Howl of Terror. Zankt actually dispelling that unstable affliction. Dakro reapplying it. And he is spamming out those dots right now. Shadow is taking immense pressure next. Trying to keep him alive. I think that Guardian proc there for sure. Traded out with the Icebound Fortitude. And Shadow will survive again. That was an extremely close call. I really feel for Next at this point. Like, you got to have a heart attack when you're playing these healers. When dampening is ramping up the way it is. Shadow trinketing out from a blind there, I believe, actually. So he has no breakers now. The next time he gets kidney shot, he is stuck in this, and it's 43% dampening. Might be a mistake from Shadow actually to trinket that blind when he is that main target. And Zankt right now still feeling the pressure, but dealing with it pretty well. On that restoration, Druid gets strangulated. Dak going for the kill. Is moving in for a Howl of Terror. Potentially gets a nice double there. Zankt actually trinketing out, using the bark skin as well, trying to stay alive. Swapsy now trinketing as well. Everybody is down, basically every single defensive, and it really comes down to the wire here. Anybody can take it, and I feel like if the Affliction Warlock team can just stay alive, they have the edge here. Shadow just needs to stay alive and just not take unnecessary risks. Dakrov is just rotting everything down, and Trimaz might just fall behind the pillar. Lightning Lasso coming out, but Affliction Warlock at 60% dampening just looks to be king. This looks so much fun. Dakrov is just having a field day right now. He signed up, and he said on Twitter that, yeah, I think I'm just going to send the Affliction Dream. Probably won't go that well, but I'm just going to try to have fun with it. And right now, it looks like he's having fun. Zank, he's going to get crushed.
Lexi now is fighting for that first 6-0 of the solo shuffle competition. I'm putting like a mini achievement, you know, like achievement unlock, go undefeated in the solo shuffle tournament or something. 6 rounds in a row. He's just 1 round away, and he's got a good shot, right? So Raikou could tie this up, and he's got Rogue Mage. Will Ferrell...
It feels so cheesy, like to make it out of here because of Rogue Mage, like the solo, like that almost defeats the purpose of solo shuffle. Like, yeah, Raikou only made it out because he played with the Rogue. Like, I don't know. I feel like that in a way defeats the purpose. Why is? Whoa, that's a. Sorry, go ahead.
We saw the Hunter Warlock win against double rogue, which was impossible.
Yeah.
This like feral warlock might be able to win. Look at it right now, Raikou. I think he's got block. I think the UI has just not reset it between the rounds for us. I'm pretty sure he's got. There's no way he pressed it in the room or something. Clyde is patched out.
Pretty early last time. He's been using it really early, I feel like.
We have to wait and see 100%, but I'm leaning more on the side that he still got it. Demo Warlock does a lot of damage, right? Like 100%. Like you pop Tyrant, it's a lot of damage. Feral Druid does a lot of damage with Berserk. So there's some opportunities here for Demo Feral to beat Rogue Mage. I would say that it's an upset, but it's not impossible. If they did, it would be absolutely devastating for Raikou. Like, Raikou cannot afford this. Like, this is his series to tie it up. Still have a good shot of making it through this initial first round into his next 2 set of matches to qualify. So he really can't afford to have this thrown away. And he's got Nixie on his team, right? The BlizzCon champion. You got Clyde, who's been healing at a high level in tournaments as well. So is Raikou going to manage to hold this together with his team? His teammates are actually double feared. Great setup by Zenlin in this position. And Zenlin is trying to secure his spot with a 4-point lead in this series if they can manage to do it. And he's going to have to do it with a Feral and a Demonology Warlock. Mana looking relatively even. I think that 2-minute mark is where things are going to get really spicy between these teams. Like, you're going to have to get some work done. So if Raikou maybe wants to sit on his Combust, not just pop it on cooldown, wait for a higher timing on dampening. But Tyrant has been called in. This is where Infernion's going to start ramping up some damage. Can Twinkle get in a position to back him up? They're going to end up in a tie 3-3 if they manage to win here. Clyde's in a full fear. Great push by Infernion here with crowd control on the healer and damage onto Raikou timed perfectly. Look at the pressure. They've got him down below half. There's no way. Are they going to manage to pull off the upset here? Ironbark trades for Clyde. Stabilize him. Now Twinkle on the back foot. Raikou tearing in with Combustion. Can Zen stabilize him? Pops the Fade. Immunes it. Goes for his symbols to get some mana. But now Infernion falling behind. He's got to keep 2 players alive at the same time. Can he manage to secure his spot in this first match? Now caught into a blind. They traded every defensive cooldown to survive that assault. Infernion's going to have his Tyrant coming up in 10 seconds. Twinkle's going to have Berserk coming up in 10 seconds. They need to time those cooldowns together and basically overwhelm a target. Nixie with no Trinket could be a really good swap. They actually just got his evasion, but it might be too little too late. They're going for the Berserk. They're going for the kill on Raikou. Can they take him out? He ice blocks it. Twinkle's now defensive in bear farm, trying to stay alive. This could be the final moments of the game. Almost 50% dampening. Can they finish Raikou? Pull off the upset against the Rogue Mage as Twinkle recovers in the room, but he left Infernion behind. They swap back to Infernion. Zen is interrupted. He's got almost no mana left, but they've got a Demonic Tyrant. They have to win with this. Infernion ports in the room. He's line of sighting Raikou. He needs to get a casted Tyrant off. Is he going to get the cast off? They're swapping to Nixie, trying to find that opportunity. Soul Rot casted. He needs the Tyrant. Where is it? Tyrant's coming up for Infernion. They have to connect with this. They can win the game in this next 20-second window. Clyde is ooming really fast. Dampening is critically high. Someone's going to fall over at any moment. Who is it going to be? It looks like it's between Nixie and Twinkle. Bladestorm on the Felguard. Infernion's tearing in. Raikou's going for the kill. Raikou's got Combust. He gets capped on it. Twinkle goes for a Cyclone. He Cyclones his Combust. And now, is he going to be able to kill Nixie? Evasion. Infernion's down to 30%. Zen has 0 mana at this point. The momentum is in favor of Nixie and Raikou. And it looks like Raikou is going to be tying things up onto Infernion. He's at 10%. Line of sight's in the room. Nixie's getting taken down at the same time. Ironbark comes through. And Twinkle will be the first to fall. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. It is not going to be enough to go so far. And Raikou does it, tying it up. It was a very important game for him in this first match.
Get Casu wins, it's massive. So now if Waz isn't able to pull off a win with Casu, that puts Brunhilde even further ahead here, and he'll be basically the first in his group.
I don't know if you can do that to a druid the same way as a priest. I mean, maybe it's possible. I just, without a stun, bear form, is he really gonna, I mean, maybe. Survival Hunter can do a lot of magic damage to get through the bear form, but the Outlaw Rogue is almost all physical, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. We can see Casu is just trying to stall in camouflage. He wants to spend as much time not being attacked, because any second he's getting attacked, he's kind of losing the game. So he's literally just sitting in camouflage at the back of the room right now, not even attacking, waiting for dampening to get it a little bit higher, and then maybe going to go after Clyde. As he Door of Shadows in, stuns Clyde. Are they going to go for Freezing Trap? Looks like they're going for Freezing Trap, and they're going to be attacking the Fury Warrior. So not doing the same strategy as we see in the last game, instead going after the Warrior. Zenlin in position, gets a Psychic Scream. This gets the enraged regen, but Casu is still very low. Will he go for the kill at the same moment? Tay mind controlled at low health, trying to mind control that Nature Swiftness heal. Is he going to fall? NS is up. He gets silenced on the NS, and looks like he went down at that last second. A huge amount of burst.